Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today it's a quick overview of the Samyang 85 1.4 RF lens. So I've been using this for the past couple of months, this Samyang 85mm, and I'm going to talk about three things. It's the firmware, the lens station, and the autofocus. Chapters are down below. You can skip ahead if you want, but in the end it's going to help you decide if you want to buy this lens. You just have to settle with the expensive one, which is $2,700 for the 1.2 Canon original RF lens. Up to you. Anyway, lens station, this one right here. So I bought the Rokinon. It works vice versa. If you have a Rokinon lens and then you purchase the Samyang lens station, it will still recognize. They're the same company, but just a different branding when it comes to US. And without this lens station, you won't be able to update your lens. Now, you'll ask, why would you want to update the lens? Yes, of course, you should update the lens because the latest version supports IBIS in the R6. Okay, it's fine if you don't have the R6 or if you have the R, but then it's just gonna improve the autofocus performance of this lens. Out of the box, it's amazing. I didn't have any problem at all when it comes to the autofocus. It tracks the eye perfectly. Buying this lens station is going to cost you an additional $200 to $300, depends on where you are. Link down below if you want to check the price. I bought this a long time ago, and it took a while for it to get delivered to me because it came from the US. As you can see, it's a Rokinon lens station. Okay. Simple and easy to update the lens. All you have to do is go to samyanglens.com or rokinonlens.station. Link down below. I'm gonna link them. You can check them out. And you can just mount the lens into the lens station and update it via the computer. That's pretty much it. The second part is the firmware. Yes, these lenses runs on firmware, and the latest version is 3, which this one runs on 3. Version 3 supports IBIS, which is in-body stabilization for R6 and R5. It improves the performance when you're using high-speed continuous shooting H&H+, which is good for moving subjects. And it improved the digital IS. I didn't use this version 2. I jumped directly into version 3, and the performance is just amazing, right? I'm gonna show you how the autofocus works in this lens on RP and R6. And now the autofocus, we come to the last part, which is the autofocus. Autofocus on this particular lens is just super duper fast. Never had a problem, especially when I'm shooting at a wedding. All the time this is plugged in, or should I say plugged in into the camera, or mounted. Yeah, so all the time this lens is mounted into my R6, the one that I'm filming on right now. It's plugged in all the time into the R6, and I'm using it for photo and video, which I'm going to show you an example. So this is what I'm talking about. So I shot this using the Canon EOS RP, using the 85mm. I'm at 1.4, 1 out of 2000, ISO 100. Look at the sharpness. Look at the hair. I don't see anything at all. I mean, look, there's no chromatic aberration at all. And look how good is the bokeh in this lens at 1.4. It's just super duper creamy, right? It's creamy. That's the term. Now in here, it's the same lens, Canon EOS RP, 1 at 1000 f4, and look how sharp the thing is. I mean, this is just, isn't it great? Like, you can capture this on a cheaper alternative. I mean, it's not meant to do landscape, but hey, how cool is that? Now this one right here is my son. I shot this again using the RP, 2001 at 1/1/250th at the second. Shot at 1.4, and look how the background is just blurred, and everything is in focus, of course, in my son's face. So it's just really Look how cool out that is. I don't see any chromatic aberration at all. It's just pure sharpness. So another one right here. This was shot using the R6 at a 5000 and f2.0. And look how sharp the image is. Like, I don't, there's no complaint there. Here's another one at f2, ISO 200 for the dynamic range, and again shot on R6, and look how sharp it is. This image is just plain art per se, you can agree, right? Look how blurred the background is at f2.0, and if I open the lens to 1.4, then it's just gonna be like a creamy background blur. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about the Samyang 85 RF 1.4. If you're in the UAE, especially Dubai, and you bought Samyang lens, you can use my adapter just to update your firmware. I mean, you don't have to buy an adapter just to update your firmware, because it's gonna cost you around $200 to $300, and it takes a while for it to be shipped here in UAE. Okay? Hook me up, comment down below, just tell me that you need the adapter, and we can meet up. Maybe do some, you know, talk about photography and all that stuff. So that's been it, you guys. Thanks for watching the video. Always, thumbs if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time.